Our top story, are we looking at a winter washout where Parliament is concerned? The Lok Sabha Speaker today moved for a truce bid by holding an all-party meeting today with opposition netas. The stage was set for a big debate, with sources say the Samvidhan debate will be held on 13th and 14th of December. And Prime Minister Modi may as well intervene, while the TMC and Samajwadi Party will debate on Bangladesh and Sambhal respectively. Meanwhile, sources also indicate a rift within the India bloc, with the Congress allegedly pressed on the Adani issue, but the TMC wants a debate on other issues, while the Samajwadi Party wants to focus on the Sambhal violence.
पहले दिन से हम कह रहे हैं, जो आज भी हमने कहा, विपक्ष चाहता है कि संविधान के 75वीं जयंती पर 2 दिन की चर्चा लोकसभा में भी हो, राज्यसभा में भी हो। हम सरकार के औपचारिक बुलेटिन का इंतजार कर रहे हैं। उन्होंने हमें अनौपचारिक रूप से आज बताया कि जल्द ही ये घोषित होगा, तारीख घोषित होगा, और जैसे ही तारीख घोषित होता है हम आगे बढ़ सकते हैं।
धर्मेंद्र जी, आज ऑल पार्टी मीटिंग हुई थी, क्या चर्चा हुई इस ऑल पार्टी मीटिंग?
बहुत सारी मुद्दों में बात हुई, लेकिन समाजवादी पार्टी का पक्ष है कि संबल पे चर्चा हो। हम लोग चाहते हैं सदन चले, और पहले दिन से मांग कर रहे हैं कि संबल पे चर्चा करा के सदन को सुचारू रूप से चलाइए। लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं महसूस ऐसा हो रहा है सत्ता पक्ष लोग ही सदन को नहीं चलाना चाहते थे, क्योंकि जिस तरीके के गतिरोध दूर करने का आज प्रयास हुआ, ये पहले दिन हो जाता।
कल से हम उम्मीद कर
सदन के 5-6 दिन बच जाते।
कल से उम्मीद कर सकते हैं गतिरोध खत्म होगा और चर्चा होगी।
हाँ, बिल्कुल, चर्चा हो तो गतिरोध खत्म हो।
एक सवाल ये कि अडानी के मुद्दे को लेकर कांग्रेस पार्टी काफी हावी, आपको लगता है कि चर्चा इस पे ज्यादा जरूरी है कि संबल पे ज्यादा जरूरी?
देखिए, हम लोग संबल पे सबसे महत्वपूर्ण है, वहाँ लोग सताए जा रहे हैं, अन्याय हो रहा है। 2700 से ज्यादा लोगों के खिलाफ मुकदमे हैं, 5 लोगों की जान गई है। आज भी वहाँ लोग डरे हुए हैं, सहमे हुए हैं। सरकार और वहाँ के प्रशासन के लोग लगातार एक भय और आतंक का माहौल बनाए हुए हैं। तो चर्चा जरूरी संबल की ज्यादा है, जिस पर समाजवादी पार्टी शुरू से कायम है। और चूंकि अब किसानों के भी आंदोलन चालू है, किसान भी हमारी प्राथमिकता में, और इस पर भी चर्चा हम लोग जरूर चाहेंगे।
आज का मीटिंग में कल से हाउस शुरू होगा। होपफुली हाउस विल बिगिन टुमारो, ऑल वी हैव एग्रीड, एंड 13th and 14th कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के ऊपर डिस्कशन होगा।
It has been decided to run the house from tomorrow properly, and then the discussion on the Constitution of India will be held on 13th and 14th, maybe 14th or 13th and 16th.
In Lok Sabha only?
In Lok Sabha. They are going to hold the meeting in there also. Rajya Sabha also they are going to hold.
Once again, the question is, are we looking at a complete winter washout? Because ever since the winter session began, Parliament has not been able to proceed other than just the first 5 minutes. There's usually some form of resentment coming in from the opposition, and quickly the Parliament is adjourned. Having said that, there seems to be a middle ground today that has been reached, where what we've been given to understand, discussion on constitution. It was one of the sticking points where the united opposition wanted a discussion, and that has been given a green light where the 13th and the 14th of December is concerned. But having said that, on the Adani Bribegate issue, there is no conclusive reasoning coming in from the government right now on when that debate will take place. And the Congress per se is hell-bent on that. There seems to be a split, viewers, within the India Alliance as well on their approach to Parliament. You have the TMC, which wants to debate on constitution, which wants to debate on Bangladesh. You have the Samajwadi Party, who wants to bring up the Sambhal riots. Having said that, the TMC is not very keen on an Adani debate. The Congress is pressing on the same. Let's get in Piyush Mishra, my colleague, who's joining us live for more updates on the issue. Piyush, after a literal washout for days where the winter session is concerned, are we going to see some constructive debate and work where the Parliament is concerned? And when can we actually look forward to that?
Most likely, Preeti, tomorrow we can expect a constructive day where opposition and Parliament and the representatives from government will sit together and let the Parliament function smoothly. Because today there was a meeting which was called in by Lok Sabha Speaker at 3 p.m. where floor leaders of all the political parties, irrespective of parties they belong to, the side they belong to, and also from the government were present in that meeting. It was decided that the Parliament would run smoothly, and the issues those were raised by opposition leaders, these issues could be discussed tomorrow. There are various issues on which the opposition wants to have discussion, which includes the Sambal issue, farmers' protest, Delhi's law and order situation. They also want the Adani issue to be discussed. Tomorrow we will see as to how the parliament functions. The government has also assured to respond positively. We'll have to wait and watch how the government functions tomorrow. Also, at the same time, the confirmation has come in from the Union Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiren Rijiju that the discussion on Constitution Day will also take place, and that will happen on 13th and 14th of this month in Lok Sabha and 16th and 17th in Rajya Sabha. This was also a demand which was put forth by opposition parties where they wanted to have a discussion. What we're learning from our sources is that Prime Minister could also intervene, and during that debate on Constitution Day, senior leaders from opposition including Priyanka Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, Akhilesh Yadav and various others could speak. Preeti.
All right, appreciate you joining us, Piyush. Because all we wanted you to do is look at the monies right now on your television screen, the cost of running the parliament, and that money has been footed by people like you and I, the taxpayer. And what we see in parliament day after day, a washout where every 1 minute we pay 2.5 lakh rupees. Every 1 hour, 1.5 crore rupees. Every 6 hours wasted in parliament, 9 crore rupees. Just let that sink in. With that, let's quickly move on. Day 5 of Parliament ended, like we pointed out, with another washout. Ruckus sloganeering taking over the winter session of Parliament, with opposition cornering the government on various issues, from the Adani US indictment and the clashes in Manipur. But what is the cost of the washout, which I was just detailing for you? Here's the full report.
Allow the Parliament to function. Don't make it dysfunctional.
Ruckus and sloganeering continues on day 5 of winter session of Parliament. After a washout in the first week, Parliament resumed proceedings on Monday morning. Both houses saw similar scenes of disruption. First, the Rajya Sabha was adjourned for the day. The Lok Sabha followed soon. The opposition is insisting on discussion on issues like Gautam Adani's indictment in the US, violence in Sambal, ethnic clashes in Manipur. Congress leader Jairam Ramesh accused the ruling BJP of running away from debate.
पहले 1 घंटे 2 घंटे नारेबाजी हुआ करती थी, हम मुद्दे उठाते थे, हम वेल में जाते। हम देख रहे हैं इस सत्र में, क्योंकि अडानी के मुद्दे पर चर्चा नहीं चाहती, मणिपुर के मुद्दे पर चर्चा नहीं चाहती, अजमेर और संबल के मुद्दे पर चर्चा नहीं चाहती, इसीलिए पूरे तरीके से कोशिश की जा रही है कि सदन न चले।
The divide in the opposition ranks was evident, with the Trinamool Congress skipping the meet chaired by Mallikarjun Kharge. While the Congress is primarily on Adani, the TMC wants discussion on Bangladesh and Manipur crisis.
House chalna chahiye. TMC has many burning issues, including their state, and it is the responsibility of the major ruling party to see that the House runs. They are showing their not interest that the House runs. And the House belongs to the opposition, but this BJP government is not in a mood also to run the House.
Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla convened an all-party meet in an attempt to break the deadlock. The government has agreed to a discussion to mark 75 years of the Constitution. Sources say TMC is likely to speak on the Bangladesh crisis. The Samajwadi Party will address Sambal clashes during the debate.
जितना भी अपोजिशन पार्टी के लीडर्स है, सबसे अनुरोध है कि जो आज एग्रीमेंट हुए हैं और पार्लियामेंट चलने के लिए तैयार हुए हैं, हम सब मिलकर के पार्लियामेंट को अच्छा से चलाएं। देश सुनना चाहता है, देखना चाहता है कि हमारा सांसद कैसे काम करते हैं। इसलिए कल से सुचारू रूप से पार्लियामेंट चलेगा, ऐसा एग्री हुआ है।
The washout is costing the taxpayer heavily. Each minute of running Parliament cost the Exchequer 2.5 lakh rupees. If we assume that Parliament functions for 6 hours daily, then the total cost of running Parliament per day is around 9 crore rupees. Going by these numbers, around 45 crore rupees taxpayers' money has been lost already. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar was expected to brief the House of India's relation with China in the light of the recent agreement on the line of actual control, but that is now likely to happen on Tuesday.
Floor leaders of different parties had a very long conversation with Om Birla, and Om Birla said there's a certain procedure that you need to follow. All the discussions will happen, and the very crucial discussion on constitution will now take place on the 13th and on the 14th of December in Lok Sabha, and the 16th and the 17th of December in the Rajya Sabha. This is Aishwarya Paliwal reporting for India Today.
Moving on now, winter's back, viewers, and are we also now looking at a farm agitation 3.0 in the making? High drama today unfolded on the Delhi-Noida border in midst of a farmers' march. This time, the farmers coming in not from Punjab but from Uttar Pradesh. Amidst the stir, the Delhi-Noida border is now heavily barricaded by the cops. Barricades have been out nearly at every key entry points on arterial highway, denying entry to the farmers into the national capital. This also led to a face-off between the farmers and the cops. Cops denied permission to the farmers, citing ongoing parliament session. Farmers have taken out a big Dilli Chalo march from Noida to Delhi, seeking MSP and agricultural reforms. The farmers plan to gherao the parliament. Having said that, there is seemingly a truce which has now been reached where the farmers are concerned, largely coming in from the BKU, the Bharatiya Kisan Union, coming in from farmers of Uttar Pradesh and the UP administration, where 1 week has been given for talks which will take place, and after that the farmers will resume their march if they are not happy in the conclusion of talks. But meanwhile, viewers, on the other hand, come the 6th of December, we will see contingents of farmers marching to the Singhu border from the Punjab side.
वो महामाया फ्लाईओवर पर रोक रखे हैं, किसान आगे जाना चाहते हैं क्योंकि समाधान जब दिल्ली से ही होगा भाई सभी को दिल्ली चले। वहाँ पे जितने भी किसान संगठन है गौतम बुद्ध नगर के, वो सब एक जगह है, एक ही प्लेटफार्म पे है। किसान संयुक्त मोर्चा के बैनर नीचे प्रदर्शन चल रहा है। वहाँ पे 64% की उनकी डिमांड है, जो 64% मुआवजा मिला उसका 64% दिया जाए पूरे मुआवजे का। पुलिस का रोकने का काम है, पुलिस अपना रोकने का काम करेगी, किसान चलने का काम करेंगे।
Colleague Shreya Chatterjee right now joining us for more updates on the story. Shreya, give us a sense of where the talks have reached, because right now there is an uneasy truce that has been called for 7 days, at least from the Bharatiya Kisan Union, from the Uttar Pradesh side of the farmers. But having said that, Shreya, come the next 3 days, we will see contingents marching from Haryana as well as Punjab.
Well, absolutely, Preeti. You know, what we really look at right now is a temporary truce that has been achieved between the cops in Uttar Pradesh, in Noida specifically, and the protesting farmer unions from Uttar Pradesh itself. Now, today's march wasn't just about MSP. It was about the change in the land acquisition laws and also the compensation amount that they have been seeking for quite some time now. They marched till the Dalit Prerna Sthal. Barricades were broken, but the police was adamant that they will not be allowing them to march forward. Remember, even trucks and all carrying goods were stopped today by the cops from entering from Noida to Delhi. DCP East of Delhi suggested that there will be no entry given to farmers, and after that there was a talk that was under its way with the police officials and the farmers, followed by which they did move back. But we do not really look at this as a complete end to the farmers' protest, because on 6th of December, as you're rightly saying, from Shambhu border and Kanori border, the Haryana side and the Punjab farmers will again be marching towards the national capital. Somewhere down the line, they're seeking once again for the government to respond to their demands. If not, we might just a 3.0 version of the farmers' protest that's been happening since the last 3 years.
All right, appreciate you joining us, Shreya. We're going to come back to you for more updates. Well, right now, viewers, where at least the Uttar Pradesh side of farmers are concerned, there is a 7-day break. We'll keep you updated on what transpires where the Punjab and the Haryana side of the farmers are concerned. Are we looking at farm agitation 3.0? Well, right now, no, but we will keep you updated. Meanwhile, let's quickly shift focus on Cyclone Fengal. Completed the landfall process on Sunday around 2 a.m. as it crossed the Tamil Nadu coast between Karaikal and Mahabalipuram. The cyclone wreaked havoc in Tamil Nadu with incidents of mudslides and vehicles being washed away. A relief operation led by the Indian Army and NDRF also began with over 100 individuals being evacuated. Flooding visuals from nearby areas in Krishnagiri district show vehicles being washed away after a nearby lake overflowed due to heavy rain. A humanitarian assistance and disaster relief column consisting of 1 officer, 6 junior commissioned officers and 62 other ranks were deployed in Puducherry. IMD has now predicted moderate rainfall in Puducherry. My colleagues Shilpa Nair, Pramod Madhav have been reporting from ground on the streets of Tamil Nadu. This is their latest report.
மீட் பண்ணி இங்க திருப்திகரமா போயிட்டு இருக்கா சார்?
நீங்க பாத்தீங்களா இல்லையா எப்படி பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க? எப்படி பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க நீங்களே சொல்லுங்களேன். சிறப்பா பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க.
மத்திய அரசு போன வருஷத்துக்கானது நிலுவைத்தொகை வரலன்னு சொல்லியிருக்கீங்க. இப்போ என்ன நடக்க போகுது சார்?
எங்களுடைய கடமை நாங்க கேட்க வேண்டியது, அது செய்ய வேண்டியது அவங்க கடமை. செய்யலைன்னா ஏன் செய்யலங்கிறத கேட்க முடியாது. நாங்க தொடர்ந்து கோரிக்கை வச்சுதான் இருப்போம். பார்லிமெண்ட்ல கூட இப்ப ரேஸ் பண்றதுக்கு எங்க எம்பிக்கள் எல்லாம் முயற்சி பண்ணிருக்காங்க. அதுக்கே அலோவ் பண்ணல.
டிஸ்ட்ரிக்ட்ல 50 சென்டிமீட்டர்ஸ் மேல மழை வந்திருக்கு சார். இது காலநிலை மாற்றமா? இது சம்பந்தமா சென்ட்ரல் கவர்மெண்ட் ஏதாவது எடுக்கணுமா?
அது காலநிலை மாற்றம் தான்ங்கிறது எங்களுடைய கணிப்பு. அது சென்ட்ரல் கவர்மெண்ட் என்ன முடிவு எடுத்து அறிவிக்கிறாங்க தெரியுது, எங்களுக்கு தெரியாது.
இமீடியட்டா சென்ட்ரல் கவர்மெண்ட் உங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது தேவைப்படுதா சார்?
நிச்சயமா தேவைப்படுது. அதுல உறுதியா இருக்கும். நான் உடனே அதுக்கான அறிக்கை தயார் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம், அனுப்பிச்சு வைக்கிறோம்.
All right, the latest news break coming in. A big scoop on the Mahayuti 2.0 Sarkar in Maharashtra after the massive win. The Eknath Shinde Sena leader makes a big claim, says Shinde, Fadnavis and Pawar meet soon. Mahayuti netas to meet virtually. Will they reach consensus on government formation? What is this big claim that the Shiv Sena leader has made, saying Shinde, Fadnavis and Pawar will meet soon to decide on government formation?
नाही, आणखी त्याच्यावर कोणतीही चर्चा झाली नाही. शिंदे साहेबाची आता ते रेस्ट करतात. तब्येत जर ठीक असेल तर रात्री व्हीसीच्या माध्यमातून ते देवेंद्र फडणवीस असतील किंवा अजितदादा यांच्याशी बोलतील. नंतरच ते त्यांचा निर्णय सांगतील. सर्व या गोष्टीचा उद्या संध्याकाळपर्यंत सोक्षमोक्ष होईल.
I want to cut across to Abhijit Karande joining us for more information and more updates on the story. Abhijit, what's the latest coming in from Eknath Shinde's side? Because from having a sore throat to being exhausted, all possible excuses from the Eknath Shinde faction, still maintains that he's going to abide what the BJP says, but also says that, he's done enough to be the chief minister.
See, Preeti, there is a very interesting permutations and combinations are having in Maharashtra's politics. As you said rightly, that Shinde has never denied that he will not obey the directions which will be given by the Amit Shah or Narendra Modi. But same time, he has not denied anything, any possibility in Maharashtra's politics, as he never said that I am not going to become a CM, or he never said that the CM face will be from the BJP. He is continuously negotiating with the BJP and the central leadership also. He went to his native village 2 days back. He stayed there. He came back, but he did not come to Mumbai's CM's official residence. He went to directly to the Thane, his personal residence. He is there, and according to sources, he is not well. But same time, when Ajit Pawar went to Delhi to meet Amit Shah, then Sanjay Shirsat, the Shinde faction leader, came forward and he says that Eknath Shinde will have a meeting on video conferencing with the Mahayuti leaders like Fadnavis and Ajit Pawar. But how it will happen? Because Shinde is in Thane, Ajit Pawar is in Delhi, and Fadnavis is in Sagar Bungalow. So there is a confusion is still there. And secondly, today morning BJP leaders went to take a review of a preparation of vote taking ceremony which will happen on 5th December at 5 p.m. on Azad Maidan, but they went there alone, and Shiv Sena leaders expressed their disagreements, or we can say the displeasure over this. They are saying that the Kesarkar, who is the very close to Eknath Shinde, said that this is a Mahayuti government. Mahayuti leader is going to take a vote, and you are going alone to take a review. So he is saying that take everyone along with the leadership and then give a respectable post to the Eknath Shinde. So he is demanding a respectable post, which is, we don't know what is the respectable post for Eknath Shinde. So he has not denied any possibility and anything about the CM's post as of now.
Okay.
Preeti.
All right, appreciate you joining us. With that, let's quickly shift into the less news break that is filtering in, and that is Prime Minister Modi, who watched the Sabarmati report in Parliament today. Apparently, the Prime Minister was emotional at the screening of Sabarmati at the Parliament auditorium. And speaking right after the film was the actor Vikrant Massey, who came out and said that it was the highest point of his career to watch the film alongside the Prime Minister. Listening.
एक अलग ही नर्वसनेस है, खुशी है एक्चुअली कि इन सब के साथ बैठ के फिल्म देखने का मौका मिला। जैसे मैं पहले से कह रहा हूं, आज भी दोबारा कहना चाहूंगा देश की जनता से आपके माध्यम से कि प्लीज जाएं अपने सिनेमाघरों में, द साबरमती रिपोर्ट को देखें, अपना प्यार दें। और ये मेरे ख्याल से पर्सनली अगर आप मुझसे पूछें तो मेरी लाइफ का सबसे हाईएस्ट पॉइंट है मेरे करियर में माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के साथ बैठ के फिल्म देखना।
You are watching Fact Check segment where we bust fake news. Bangladesh is once again on edge following the arrest of Hindu priest Chinmoy Krishna Das in a sedition case. Violence erupted last week at the Chittagong Chief Metropolitan Magistrate Court premises after his bail plea was rejected, leaving one lawyer dead and several others injured. Meanwhile, a post went viral on social media claiming the deceased lawyer was defending the priest and he was Muslim. One such post read, Muslim lawyer defending ISKCON's Chinmoy Krishna Das killed in Dhaka. India Today Fact Check has found that the lawyer killed in the clash was not defending Chinmoy Das. He was a public prosecutor fighting for the state. We found a 26 November news report published in a leading Bangladeshi daily featured an image of the deceased lawyer, Saiful Islam alias Alif, 35, and identified him as an assistant public prosecutor. Several other news outlets also mentioned that Alif was a public prosecutor and the Bangladeshi interim government had ordered strict punishment for the culprits. According to a BBC Bangla report, the name of the lawyer representing Chinmoy Das is Subhashis Sharma. Therefore, it is more than evident that the Muslim lawyer killed on Tuesday in Chittagong was not defending Hindu priest Chinmoy Das. This fact check on viral fake news is done by India Today's team Afar. With that, a quick break. Stay with us for the latest news and updates. This is AI Sana signing off.